Hello, and with all the regal splendor befitting the royal family, we extend our gracious welcome to the Princess Diana News Channel. It's with immense pleasure that we invite you to once again embark on a journey into the enchanting realm of royalty. Let's move on to the video. In recent times, there has been a plethora of rumors suggesting Harry's potential return to the UK, potentially to the City of London. He has an interest in acquiring a residence at Kensington Palace, or he intends to purchase his own property. According to reports, Meghan is refusing to accept it. However, that is not the main issue at hand. William has decided that he will not allow Harry to become close to him anymore. Prince Harry's idea of leasing an apartment at Kensington Palace, as shared by the Sun's Matt Wilkinson, is highly unlikely to materialize. Meghan isn't the main obstacle. However, it is Prince William, Harry's brother, who frequently occupies that place. According to The Express, Wilkinson recently made an appearance on Talk TV with host Kevin O'Sullivan to discuss the possibility of the move. And according to Wilkinson, I firmly believe that Meghan will never return to this country in the future. This narrative originates from the notion that Harry has submitted an application to lease a residence at Kensington Palace. It is being suggested that as a result, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex may be compelled to go back to the United Kingdom. He claims that he is not purchasing it. Do you really expect us to believe such a ludicrous tale? I am now convinced that Harry desires to return. Naturally, he does. He loathes the way he lives in California. Just take a moment to observe him. What is there for him to actually like about living in California? With Meghan, they have to constantly work hard just to receive any attention. They are becoming more desperate to find employment as their financial resources dwindle. Living in California, particularly in Montecito, can be quite expensive. Contrary to their time as working members of the royal family, Meghan and Harry are now solely responsible for completely financing their own lives. Wilkinson concurs with our belief that Harry likely desires to return, but it is highly unlikely that Meghan will be inclined to accompany him. He acknowledged the possibility of it occurring, but ultimately concurred with your perspective. It is highly unlikely that Meghan will visit this place again for a long time. Meghan has an intense dislike for the UK, possibly surpassing Harry's disdain for California. In other words, Meghan is fully aware that she would not be accepted if she were to return. Furthermore, it is important to bear in mind that she struggles to handle criticism effectively. Although Meghan takes pleasure in aggressively targeting others, she is easily offended. If she were to come back, it would be impossible for her to handle the critique she would face from the British population. Wilkinson believes that Harry and Meghan's intention to relocate to the EU is not genuine. Fulltime. On the contrary, he suggests that Harry simply requires accommodation for his visits during charity events or similar occasions. I concur with Wilkinson's perspective that it is highly improbable for Meghan to willingly commit to permanently reside in the United States. In my honest opinion, it is highly unlikely that Meghan will ever set foot in England again. However, Harry's situation is unique, as the UK is not just a place he resides in, but rather his entire world. Despite his current estrangement from the majority of his family, I believe he still holds onto the hope of reconciliation in the future. Perhaps he may not have spent time with his brother and his brother's family, but he definitely spent time with his father. Additionally, Harry is currently engaged with various charitable organizations in the UK, hence necessitating occasional return visits. According to Wilkinson, I believe that Harry's current situation is that he lacks a permanent residence in the United Kingdom. The monarch has confiscated his belongings. They reside in sunny California. Lately, my observation reveals that all attention seems to be centered around California. However, all Harry requires is a place to rest his head when he's visiting. Indeed, you are correct. It appears highly unlikely that Meghan Markle will make a return. I believe she does not feel appreciated or included. I have doubts about her being greeted warmly. The family and the public alike will not extend a warm welcome towards her. Certainly, Meghan will not feel embraced by the general public. What would be their motivation to do so? Additionally, it is highly unlikely that the family will create a welcoming environment for her. She could never regain acceptance due to her past actions. Meghan, being a narcissist, craves power in every circumstance, but she is aware that gaining complete control is unattainable in the UK context. In the United Kingdom, Meghan would have no authority whatsoever. She would be required to offer an apology. She would truly need to swallow her pride. She has no desire to engage in that action. She finds it much simpler to never return, according to her thoughts. According to Wilkinson, King Charles did invite Harry to join him at Balmoral. However, Harry denied the request. So, he needs to submit an application, right? The situation is extremely strange. The king is his father. These properties are abundantly owned, filled with numerous vacant castles. In order to secure a reservation at a royal property, he must submit his request 30 days prior to his desired stay. On the previous instance, the king extended an invitation to join him at Balmoral. Regrettably, due to logistical constraints, the individual was unable to accept and instead found accommodation in a hotel. In my honest opinion, Wilkinson exhibits greater empathy towards Harry in this particular scenario. I have no sympathy for Harry. Of course, I comprehend what you're saying. His father is the actual ruler. However, simultaneously, they must make accommodations for his accommodation. It requires a certain amount of time to ensure the presence of staff and security. His arrival cannot be spontaneous and he should not anticipate that everything will be ready for his visit. It is important to acknowledge that Harry emphasizes the need for high-level security everywhere he goes due to the constant threat to his life. He's extremely concerned about the potential actions of those malicious paparazzi. Harry, having grown up as part of the royal family, should possess a unique understanding of the importance of planning when it comes to organizing staff and security. Wilkinson concurs, emphasizing his fixation on security by mentioning the numerous ongoing court cases related to the matter. I am convinced that he desires to find a rental property, potentially in Kensington Palace or perhaps St. The reason James's Palace is preferred is due to the availability of multiple rooms within the premises. One of the challenges posed by Kensington Palace is the frequent presence of William. This poses a significant issue. Currently, William has no desire to be involved with Harry. Given the offensive remarks Harry made about Catherine and William in his book, it is unsurprising that William finds it difficult to have a direct conversation with him. It may happen eventually, however, the gradual fading of that pain will require a significant amount of time. Harry's actions were undeniably a betrayal, and to be honest, I wouldn't fault William for not forgiving him. According to Wilkinson, his relationship with his brother turned sour during their time as neighbors in Kensington Palace, where William's staff also resided. Due to the frequent visits of William, Kate, and their children, it will pose a challenge. In the event that he obtained approval to rent a place, it would probably come with the provision of ensuring the separation of the brothers. William frequently visits Windsor. Additionally, I believe that acknowledging and valuing William's perspective is crucial in this matter. If William is not prepared to meet with Harry, he should not be compelled to do so. Another concern I have is that I doubt Harry's ability to be responsible around his nephews and niece. Harry and Meghan have made some deeply unsettling comments about the children of William and Catherine. If I were William and Catherine, I would be hesitant to have him in close proximity to my children. To put it another way, Harry considers it his responsibility to educate the Spares and equip them for their future role as Spares. Why would they want to end up similar to him? Perhaps, deep down, William still has some affection for his brother, and I believe he hopes that his brother will make the required changes in order for them to mend their relationship. However, William is extremely vigilant when it comes to safeguarding his wife and children. He will not allow Harry, despite being his brother, to come close enough to inflict any harm on them. You have caused the man to become without a home. he desires to visit. There are no major occasions or significant happenings for him. He currently resides in California. He might return briefly for a few charity events, similar to what he did earlier this year, but all he really needs is a secure place to sleep, where he can feel protected and have security guards take care of him, as his focus is on ensuring his safety. I can envision it happening. However, I share your opinion that it is highly unlikely for Meghan to spend any significant amount of time here in the future. I am uncertain about the answer. While I find some of Wilkinson's points to be agreeable, there are certain aspects of his argument that I disagree with. To illustrate, I find the situation far from ridiculous. This predicament arises from the actions and conduct of Meghan and Harry. In my opinion, it is understandable and reasonable for the royal family to have informed Harry about the book 30 days ahead. I find that extremely fair. Harry is definitely not without a home. In other words, he possesses a considerable amount of wealth. He possesses independence from his father and the remainder of his family. Despite his reluctance to cover his expenses, he understands the responsibilities that come with adulthood. He must learn to be independent. Our video is up to here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comments section. As usual, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might find it interesting. And before you leave, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button to stay updated with all the latest content from the Princess Diana News channel. Thanks for joining us, have a wonderful day, and I'll be returning soon in upcoming videos.